Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am Max, and this is the first video for our YouTube channel KeepCodeReal. Our first project that we're going to work on is going to be an automated stock counselor. It has been and actually is been written by Gabro and Max. You can find links to our social profiles in the video description below. If you've got any questions, not necessarily related to the stock counselor or the channel, you can post them right in the video comments or hit us up on one of our profiles. Now, as to the project vision. So we're doing this project and hopefully the future projects in order to first of all motivate other people to start coding, right? Say you've covered all the tutorials that you need, you've learned by heart all the algorithms, you know the 50 most important job interview questions. Eventually you do have to start coding, and we hope that by seeing that not always you have to do the right thing, right? Not always you have to have the perfect solution, the perfect lines of code. You can still come up with solid ideas and quality prototypes that eventually sharpen your mind and sharpen your developer skills. We would like also to provide a team-like experience. Sometimes sitting by yourself and working on your own project can be tedious and not fun at all. We are going to upload a series of code-along videos where we describe the components, the functions, the classes, what they are all about, what they're expected to do. And you can follow 100% our implementation path. Or, you could just get an idea, a hint of what is expected to be implemented and do it by yourself. Hopefully, this will provide the team-like experience. The last thing that we would like our projects to inspire is ideas for new products, right? We would like to show you that you don't necessarily have to develop the next Google or the next iPhone, whatever. You could come up with real-life problems and solve them with programming. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a problem. For example, you can take a set of steps that are done manually each time and automate them. It doesn't really matter what is the idea, as long as you sit behind the keyboard and work on your development skills. Moving on to the project overview, what we expect it to do. First things first, we are going to build an automated system for long-term investment recommendations. It will work hopefully real simple, right? A user is logging into our system, chooses the profile, high risk profile, high rewards, or low risk and low rewards profile, and our system finds the appropriate stocks to invest into. In order for our system to be able to offer stock companies to invest into, first of all, it has to be aware of them, right? What are the stocks that are traded out there? Our source for the stock symbols will be investing.com stock screener tool, right? There's a list of a lot of companies that are traded at different stock exchanges, and the list is, well, sufficiently long. For the prototype, of course, it is sufficient. Having the list of companies to analyze, we would like to find the financial data about them. Otherwise, there's no analysis, right? So the source for the raw financial data about the companies is going to be US Securities and Exchange Commission official website. If I'm not mistaken, the tool is called Edgar, and by submitting the stock symbol, you receive financial filings about the company, and we will be interested in the 10K annual reports about the companies, which will have the data that we need to analyze the company, whether it is worth investment or not. The last major thing that we need to cover is the recommendation algorithm. Now we have created our own algorithm. However, it was heavily inspired from a certain source. Now, I'm not sure I can show you the algorithm itself because the article might be, you have to pay for it or something like that. But the name of the article is A Collaborative Filter and Recommendation Algorithm Based on Content's Genome. These are the authors, right? I really, well, I won't be able to read them properly. And you can find it at IEEE Explore. Now, we've made some changes and we've added some variables. However, we will talk about it later in the development stage where we actually touch upon the algorithm. Obviously, the links to all these sources will be in the video description below. And let's cover the last part of the introduction video. We expect our development to be agile-like, right? There will be no final version that it works and our prototype is ready. We will go through a set of cycles. Each time we will publish something that works and is an improved version of something from the past, right? We will not always right away use the perfect programming solutions, right? We will not use always the right tools for the work because we always aim at providing something that works and then improving it in the next versions. Our code will be managed with a GitHub and it's always free to use. You can pick it up and do whatever you want with it. Our page for the project looks like this. Obviously, the link will be provided in the video description below, and we will try to keep all of the code 100% of it in the GitHub, right, in Stack Counselor project. Now, a couple of important things to note. First of all, the video releases, the code alone videos, will lag compared to version releases. So if you've paid attention, right now we have a working 0.5 release, and the first code alone video will only focus, for example, on data gathering main service, right? We do it, well, if we would make our videos during the actual development process, it would take hours, right? Because we don't always have the solution. We have to research, error and trial, which is why we are arriving at a certain working version where we know that there are expected to be no additions of code and the code will be consistent. And that's when we start filming and doing the code alone videos. Disclaimer: the project is by no means a tool that you should use for investment decisions, right? Don't do it. It is based on something that that works, right? But the project itself is not its idea is to be prototyped, just to show you that it's possible to build an automated counselor that gives, solid advices, but you should not base any of your investments on it. And the last disclaimer: we're not certified for teaching, right? We're just a couple of programmers, developers who are passionate about it. We would like to motivate people to program. We would like to make the process a little bit more fun, but nothing that we teach is, you should consider the right way. And most of the times we will provide articles, or we will tell you during the code alone videos, you should research this topic, especially when it concerns design patterns, especially when it concerns important programming techniques. And these are no tutorials for any programming tool. There's a lot of quality videos that show you how to properly use a programming tool, how to properly understand an algorithm, how to implement it, for which task to use which algorithm. All we're doing here is hopefully providing a fun way to pick up an idea and make it, and transform it into a working prototype. That being said, we've covered the introduction. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you're thrilled, or at least a little bit thrilled about the project. We will post our video, the first Code video, in a week, where we will explain the technical side of the Stack Counselor, which files are needed, what is the directory structure, and we will start by implementing the first service that it needs, which is data gathering service. So I hope everyone will have a great week, and we will see you next Wednesday.